So there's three reasons why a person can be approved for Medicare.
Okay.
Uh, Over 65,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and of course meeting the requirements, having worked there 40 quarters or 10 years, they have to be a resident or a citizen, right? Be here in the state for at least 5 years, under 65, with certain disabilities, end stage renal disease or kidney failure, and those those will be the three main reasons.
Hey guys, welcome to Let's Keep It Real today. Thank you so much for being here. I am Danielle Bilumbu, your host, and who we have here?
Abu Jabi with A&P Lending. How y'all doing today?
I have a special guest with us, Veronica Guzman. She's a dear friend, and I wanted her to talk to us about her beautiful business. How are you doing, Veronica?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. So everybody listen up. If you would like to have information and understand how insurance works in the way of Medicaid, Medicare, supplement, and help, she is your girl. Okay, Veronica, tell us. So tell us all about your business. So first of all, how did you get started?
Actually, I was working first for Kelsey Siebel, which I still, work in some of their clinics, and you can find me there. But that's where I was working, and then that's when I found out that this is what was my calling. And so I started looking into it. I got licensed, and now I just, been thriving, and I've been just helping seniors with their Medicare needs.
So what exactly do you do when you help them with their needs? What exactly do you do?
Basically, they come up to me, and I is doing a review, right? A review of what they're currently in, the plan that they're in, and just seeing if they can benefit from something that maybe they have a little bit more benefits. Depending on if they have Medicare and Medicaid, there's they have more assistance when they have both also. And it is just me educating them and explaining the plan in detail so that they can take advantage of what the plan offers. And also guiding, I guide them whenever they're going to be turning 65 to make sure that they go to the Social Security and enroll in time, because there's penalties that people pay nowadays, and a lot of people that do pay those penalties, they're aware, they know.
What are the penalties about?
Penalties is when they don't enroll in time.
Okay.
When they first are eligible for those benefits. And then once they enroll, they get their Medicare card. They have 63 days to enroll in their plan, because if not, they're also penalized for that as well.
So these plan, you enroll in them if you do not have medical insurance, or it's just...
Right. Well, a lot of people, if you're working, right, you have medical coverage through your employer. But if you're retired, or you're retiring, you need to go and enroll.
Okay.
And then that's when you're eligible. Of course, you have to meet the requirements. You have to have worked your Social Security for 40 quarters or 10 years. You pay taxes, when you were working. So that makes you eligible once you retire to have your health coverage. And also, for people to know too, the marketplace, right? A lot of people that don't have a job, they can actually enroll with the marketplace, but actually the marketplace insurance is not compatible to Medicare. So once they can be on the marketplace, but once they turn 65, marketplace say, now you're eligible for Medicare, you have to go and enroll, because even though they're covered, but if they don't go and enroll again when they're eligible, those penalties will apply.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So with these plans that the people are being enrolled in, are there like different plans that are associated with different people, or does everybody get the same plan?
Actually, no. There's, it's the companies, right? I work with most of the major companies. The United, Cigna, Aetna, all of them, right? I certified every year. We have to go through extensive training and get certified every year to see what's coming up, what's new, and that's when. Each company have different plans. They can be anywhere from 4 up to 15 plans for Medicare that each company offers. So it's the person, they need to always check the following year to see if anything's changing with their plan. So that's how I normally.
Basically, how it works. So with a typical plan, is it something where, let's say, if I get Plan A, I go see a doctor, my copay is only going to be $15, or I'm able to get, instead of getting no name brand prescription drugs, I can get brand name prescription drugs. Is that something where there's an option of the different plans that you can get versus Plan B? You may go see the doctor and your copay is $45 or $50.
No, well, when you're first eligible, right? You go and you enroll for Part A and Part B. Part A is hospitalization.
Okay.
Okay. So with Part A, you're pretty much cover hospitalization, and some hospice is covered through Part A. Some home health is covered through Part A, and then you have your Part B, and that is what people pay monthly, right? And that is deducted from their Social Security check. This year is $174.70 that they pay for Part B for them to go visit their doctors and specialists. So that
you
is
have
Part
a monthly
B.
payment that you have to pay every month,
Every
even
month.
though you're on Medicaid.
Medicare.
I'm sorry,
Correct. Because, Medicare is through the federal government. That's, federal government insurance. And then, of course, Medicaid, that's through the state.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's the difference.
Is a difference, yes, correct. And then, of course, a lot of people, when they're, let's say, there's some people that continue to work past 65, right? So if their people have coverage through their employer, they need to go and ask those questions to the HR department. Is my insurance compatible to Medicare? Or, do I need to go and enroll? Because they will let you know. Or even is better just to go to the Social Security and just ask those questions.
Gotcha.
And it's asking the right questions.
Yeah.
Okay, also. Because a lot of the times, even when they go, right, if let's say they haven't met their quarters or their 10 years, right, they need to see what if they're able to pay for it, because they can pay, but they have to let them know as well. Okay, well, you don't meet your quarters. Okay, so how much would it be if I'm gonna pay out of pocket?
Yeah.
How much would it cost me? Because they're again, it's 65, right? So if they're not if they don't meet their qualifications to be on Medicare, but they already have the age, they can actually also pay out of pocket to have the insurance.
Okay.
Yes.
So when a client comes to you, these are the things that you're telling them to be prepared for when they go to the Social Security office, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. It's just, it's education and getting the information out there so that people, don't have to pay for all the penalties. Gotcha. And the important thing to know is, they have 7 months, 3 months prior to turning 65 to go to the Social Security and start the process. And then, of course, then they have 63 days to enroll in the plan, because if not, there's a 10% penalty when they don't enroll in time.
When you say 10% penalty, is it 10% on your taxes? Well,
That's 10% of they will let them know. of the 174.70, but they calculate that at the Social Security, and they will let them know that. And also, it's a 1% for not enrolling in the plan in time within those 63 days.
So you go enroll after you do not have a job, or it's just based on your age?
No, it's age. So there's 3 reasons why a person can be approved for Medicare.
Okay.
Over 65, okay, and of course meeting the requirements, having worked there 40 quarters or 10 years, they have to be a resident or a citizen, right? Be here in the state for at least 5 years, under 65, with certain disabilities, end-stage renal disease or kidney failure, and those will be the 3 main reasons. So for why a person can be approved for Medicare.
Okay, and Medicare is the state.
Federal government.
Federal.
The federal government, yes, that is correct. It's through the federal government. Medicaid is, they can actually, people that are considered of very low income, they're able to apply for Medicaid to see if they get that extra assistance. Because remember, Medicare only covers 80% of all the services.
Okay.
And if they apply for Medicaid, and it get approved, then they cover that other 20% that Medicare doesn't cover if they apply and get approved.
Could you use them where you also have your own health insurance, or you can only use Medicare, or your health insurance? Could you use both?
Well, it depends. Sometimes the employer, if depending on where you work, some people are able to keep their employer coverage. Okay, and then you can have both. So then it's when you go to services, they will bill your employer coverage, right? The secondary insurance, or the Medicare would when you go for services, right? I'm sorry, when you go and get services, they will build the primary insurance and then the secondary for the rest. So it's ideal a person that can actually have their work coverage and also have Medicare, because then that means that they probably be fully covered. Okay. Because whatever one doesn't cover, the other one will.
Oh, so it won't be a battle. No, you have insurance. Sometimes I'm not in that age yet, but sometimes the doctor's office always asks you, do you have your own insurance? Let's say your husband and wife, you married, he has his insurance, I have my insurance, and then you apply to the doctor, whatever. They always ask you, do you have another insurance on the other side? They always ask you that because why? I feel like the other insurance don't want to pay. No, it's your turn. No, it's your turn.
Right? But it's that reason because, again, you know what? Everybody is responsible for that other 20% of services.
Okay.
Correct. So that's why they ask that. That's why they would ask that question.
Interesting.
And then, so the first step, what someone should do when they know they start reaching out. So how soon could they come talk to you? What are your suggestions? They're not 65 yet. How soon could they come talk to you?
Actually, if they're reaching that age, I mean, they can call. They can call me, and I can give them guidance, send them information, for them to start reading about it, for them to start, the knowledge, getting that knowledge before they hit that age. Because what happens is it's a lot of information, and a lot of people just get so confused. So it's
Can I stop you for a second?
Yes.
Let's do some free advertisement. How can they reach out to you? Which number do they need to call? And then you can keep going.
Okay.
What's your number?
713-202-6937. You call Veronica.
And she's going to help you. So then keep going with what you were saying. You should have slipped your number right in the middle of it, It's free advertisement.
Yeah. Yes. I'm sorry, what was your question?
I threw you off. How soon could they call you?
Actually, you know what? They can call me at any time. I always about, educating, because if I can educate one person, that person will educate or give the information to someone else.
Yeah.
So that's very important. If you have a question, again, I provide the number where they can call Social Security. I give them where they can go to the website, ssa.gov. There's a lot of information on there. They can set up an account in order for them to, on there, it will give you everything. As if you retire at this age, how much your pension will be at this age, and so on. And they can actually apply online for their Part B. There's I provide all that information.
Okay.
For people.
So for our viewer right now, for those that are watching the podcast, some of them are in Texas, some are not. Could anybody from anywhere in the U.S. can contact you, or you only help people in Texas?
Right. I'm actually currently licensed in Texas. But they can go to their local Social Security office
if they want to give the information.
Yes, of course. It's and just asking really the right questions, and they have to provide that information because they know those penalties are real.
Yeah.
So it's important. But each state have different regulations. So it's important for them to actually, again, just ask, go to the Social Security mainly and ask those questions when it's time.
Okay. Well, that was a lot. And then how can people reach out to you, where they can find you?
They can actually find me. I'm different clinics, and they can call me mainly, and they can set up an appointment. I can always do a review of what they're currently in, just to see if they can benefit from other options out there. And they can call me at 713-202-6937, and I'll be glad to assist.
Any email they can send you to?
Sure. Is Veronique Guzman 73@gmail.com. Also, they can email me. Again, it's VERONIQUE Guzman 73@yahoo.com.
And is there any charges that they're going to be charged when they get your consultation?
No. Actually, my services are free. I don't charge anything. My interest is always in the client. Because you know what, I get paid the same, but the companies that I contract with, they're the ones that pay me. So, and they all pay me the same. So I'm always gonna have the best interest in the client, because I will suggest something that will fit what they need for that year.
You're about to get
Free.
flooded. Somebody's getting phone calls.
It's free, guys. It's free. You don't have to pay for the services. So
Hablo
she's gonna be
español?
there to educate y'all.
And I
know
speak
what y'all have to
Spanish,
do.
right?
Okay.
I also
Yeah.
speak Spanish. So I just help everyone, it's just helping the community and just providing the information so they can just tell others.
Okay. So hopefully you learned a little bit more today, and then you learned more about Miss Veronica and her business. Do not hesitate, for all of you out there, if you have a mom and dad, a cousin, an uncle, anybody that coming close to the age, please give them this information. Share this information. Make sure to hit the button subscribe. Follow us. Subscribe. But make sure to give this information to them so they can contact Veronica or anybody else that can help them, because do not let them struggle. Let's take care of our elderly. Thank you so much for watching us, and see you next time.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. Take care. Thank you. Thank you for having me.